That's awesome.
So this is, my dad, Joe Sia, is gonna come up and say a few things. Dad was, pretty rough toward Aaron when he first met him, because I was 17 and Aaron was probably well into his early 20s. But they became really, really great friends. I was 16. I was a kid. Yeah.
You're not helping.
Anyway, this is my dad, and he has some great things to say.
We'll see about that.
Well, now, right?
Yeah, take this with you, Nicole. Okay, I don't need that. Aloha. Aloha. Okay, is this on? Okay. Where'd TJ go? TJ, you in the bathroom?
Keep the mic in there.
I just wanted him to know that I don't want to argue. TJ, I don't want to argue with you, but I'm pretty sure I remember something about Aaron stapling his stuff to something. So you're somewhat wrong about that. I'm sure about it. Aloha, everybody. I'm going to ask you all to participate in a little bit of a ritual here. I'm going to say CFI, and you guys on the top of your lungs, so they can hear you in Camp Verde. I'm going to repeat that. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
CFI!
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 Now I know none of you know what that means.
We do.
Thank you. You all now honorary members of the Certified Floor Covering, International Certified Floor Covering Association, a nonprofit that Aaron was very fond of. I'm gonna do a little show and tell here. You all bear with me. No, I don't need help. Thank you. Does anybody know what this is? What is it?
Carpet kicker.
This is a carpet kicker. What you don't know is this is the first carpet kicker that Aaron Burnett ever touched. Right here. Did he have a tattoo of this somewhere? Yeah, he did, didn't he? What is this?
Stair tool.
Where was this on his body? Damn right. This is the first stair tool that Aaron Burnett ever had his hands on. Right here. Last but not least, this is the Carter 110 knife right here, guys. You guys will meet, if you guys meet another 100 carpet installers in your life, none of them will have this knife. It's a rarity. I first found it in 1979. It's the only knife I've ever used. It's the only one I have. The other one that I had is in a toolbox in Maui.
Is that the first one Aaron touched too?
No, it's not. That one got thrown out a long time ago, but the one in his toolbox in Maui, and I believe he had this tattoo too, didn't he, guys?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. So that's just a little bit of a background. I am Joe Sia. I am CFI certifier number 3030. I taught Aaron Burnett the flooring industry. And I'm glad you guys are all here. Now, I've been preparing for this day for a couple of weeks now. And even though I talk to people for a living and talk to crowds this big for a living, this is not something I'm used to doing. So I want you guys to bear with me, because I took some notes. I've been thinking about this, and I'm thinking, I got to have an outline. I can't just speak to you guys and not know what I'm going to say or lose my place. And I'm on an airplane flying back from somewhere, because now I do installation trainings all over the country. And I started writing some notes, and what I realized is my notes were an outline, and it looked like chapters in a book, a book about Aaron Burnett. Okay, so let's go through some of this stuff, and I think you guys might be interested. Chapter 1, I meet Aaron Burnett, in parentheses, oh hell no. So Nicole said she was 16. All right, I'm thinking, where's Nicole? Was that 17 years ago or something? Okay, I'm sitting, it's late at night, guys. I am getting ready for bed. Usually Nicole would come in the house and tiptoe to her room so we wouldn't know what time it was. We were living in a double-wide mobile home in Sedona. I hear some rumbling at the door. Nicole, instead of tiptoeing into her bed, comes to our room and says, "Daddy?" "Yes, Nicole." "My friend, there's a problem with the car. You know, we've had kind of a long night. I'm going to have my friend stay over the house." "What friend?" "Aaron." "Nicole, did you say Aaron or Aaron?" Aaron? Okay, so, you know, obviously you guys already know I'm an Italian from New York and an old man. So at this point, I'm going to get up and go see what the hell an Aaron is. And I walk out in the living room, and there it is, the whole 6 foot whatever glory of him. And I took one look at him, took a deep breath, and I said, "Oh, hell no." Oh, hell no, this guy is not staying at my house tonight. No way, no how. Well, my daughters, guys, have you guys know my daughters, Nicole, you know Stephanie. Some of you do know Katie. They have a way of working magic on me, so no matter how much I protested, the next morning, Aaron Burnett was still in my house. And when I woke up and he was eating breakfast, I took one look at him and I said, "Oh, hell no." Which brings me to chapter 2. No prospects. In parentheses, his future is bright. So after a while, I don't know, a few days, a few weeks, I started to realize that this guy was not leaving. So I thought, for the safety of my daughters, I was going to do some checking on this character. Who was he? What was he doing? He had no job. Okay, I don't know if he had no car. I think he had a green Volkswagen Bug, but I believe he drove that off a cliff at one point. Did he not? Did he not drive that car off a cliff at one point in his life? Okay, well, thank you. So I started checking on him, you know, being the Italian New Yorker that's supposed to have all these connections. And the reality is, I found out that he was very popular in the Verde Valley 17 years ago. More popular than I could ever, as a father, hope to hear. He was very well known at the Camp Verde Police Department. The Cottonwood Police knew him well. The Jerome Police Department were very aware of Aaron Burnett. Clarkdale Police knew Aaron. And the Arizona Highway Patrol knew Aaron Burnett very well, as did the Yavapai Apache Police. So I was apparently missing out on something because this guy was known all through our Verde Valley. So I had some big decisions to make because I used to get up in the morning and pack up the truck and go to work, and Aaron would be still sitting at my breakfast table eating my breakfast. So this goes into chapter 3. Nicole moves out, Aaron does not. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So at some point, Nicole became 17, 18 years old and moved out of the house. But I was still getting up every morning looking at, my pet name for him, by the way, if any of you guys are familiar with that 70s show, was Dumbass. I get up every morning looking at Dumbass, sitting at my table eating my food. Nicole's not even living with us anymore. So at some point, guys, I decided to pull him along, grab him by the shirt collar, and grab him by the arm and say, "Look, dude, the future could be very bright for you, but you got to be able to do something, and I'll take you to work, and I'll teach you a trade that you can take anywhere in this country and work," which you guys know actually worked out pretty good, didn't it? Okay, so Aaron gets a job. This is chapter 4, by the way. Aaron gets a job, okay? And if you guys don't think that I made his life hell for about, I don't know, a couple of years or whatever, I did, okay? And the one thing I can tell you about our boy, which some of you may not realize, because he was such a goofball, and you guys all know him for all the goofy things he did and all the crazy stuff he was into. Do any of you realize how highly intelligent that boy was?
Very smart.
Oh, I would say probably genius abilities. Because I have, excuse me?
His mama knows.
Oh yeah, okay. He was a genius, okay? Because I could show him concepts and things and floor covering that, and I've had 20 plus helpers in my career. I've been installing floor covering since 1979. I have never had a guy, and I have some guys out there that are still in floor covering, are still very successful. I have never had anyone pick up on what I was trying to teach as fast as Aaron. Okay, and that's saying a lot. Okay, what are you doing?
I'm just
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Okay, y'all still okay here? You're having a good time? Yeah. All right. What I'm telling you guys is that I was specifically wrong about this kid. Okay, I'm 57 years old. I'm an old-fashioned guy, and this guy came into my life, and what I wanted to do is get rid of him. I'm honestly telling you that. And once he got under my skin, I didn't ever want to get rid of him. Ever. Okay? So I want to take you guys to chapter 5. The girls are going to love this one. It's called Christmas Twister. So Aaron's still living at our house, and Stephanie brings home, what was his name?
Anthony.
This kid Anthony starts dating Stephanie.
He's Jehovah's Witness.
And Anthony was a Jehovah's Witness. Do we have any Jehovah's Witnesses in the room here today? Oh, good. So no one's going to get pissed off at me. Yeah. So we have Christmas at our house, and this kid, this Jehovah's Witness, has no idea about holidays because, you know, that's what they're about. They don't celebrate holidays. So I said to him, it's a good thing you're here today because we have an Italian-American Catholic tradition on Christmas called Christmas Twister. This is when the boyfriends get together and play Twister for the grand prize. Now Aaron was pissed off at me, but he knew exactly what was going on. Okay? And what was his name? Anthony? Anthony, all 5'4" of him, was faced with a dilemma. He's going to play Twister with this Spider-Man dude, this long-armed behemoth. And me as a father, while I was in my glory, because I spent Christmas morning sitting in the chair spinning that Twister wheel. Right leg, red. And just as Anthony was moving his right leg to red, this big giant foot came across from underneath him and slammed down on red. Well, Aaron was not happy with me, guys, but he understood what I was doing. And later on, he said, man, that was epic. I said, I knew you would appreciate it. Haven't heard from Anthony since. We don't know where he is. This brings me to CFI, guys, a certified floor covering association, the CFI. Sometime along that time period, I took Aaron to Kansas City. It was his first trip on an airplane. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was quite a few years ago. It's before he ever went anywhere. And he had gotten certified as an R1C1 installer. That means he went through a couple of days of really intense certifications, using his hands, showing what he could do. So he got all excited about going on this trip, and we get off the plane in Kansas City. And we get into the shuttle car, and we're driving the shuttle down to this downtown Kansas City, and we pass a freight car station. And I'm looking out there, and being an old Italian New York guy, I'm like, man, look at all that damn graffiti. What a bunch of crap. I mean, seriously, these crooks, criminals come over and start writing on all somebody's, and you know what Aaron was doing, right? You're damn right he was. I look over and Aaron is snapping photographs. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He goes, what do you mean, what am I doing? He goes, man, I'm like, man, that's disgusting. He goes, no, hold on a minute. He goes, that's not disgusting. He goes, that's some beautiful artwork, man. He goes, the guy who did that maybe has no other way to express himself. He goes, these trains travel around the whole country and they're just ugly boxes until this guy comes and tags them. And for the first time in my life, I realized that the student was teaching the teacher something. Not long after that, I got my first tattoo, by the way. Okay? On that trip, Aaron met a bunch of people from CFI that are still there. This is a 24-year-old organization, guys. And Aaron, on one of the days, Aaron went to a lot of classes. He learned a lot of stuff. He decided that what he wanted to do, this is what he wanted to do. That this is what he could do. And at the last day, we had this event, off-campus event, where we all go. And the event that year was go-kart racing. You think Aaron was up for that? All right, so we had about 100 some odd people, and we're go-kart racing, and it was like double elimination. Whoever had the fastest time trials, they just kept cutting down the field until you got down to 2 finalists. Guess who made one of the finalists? First time at the CFI convention, my boy, my part-time son, my brother, was in the finals. And he was in the finals with one of the most important people in our organization. A high old-timer against what we call a new-timer. So around and around the track they went. Okay, there were certain rules. You're not supposed to bump the other go-kart. You know how competitive our boy was. I have to tell you guys, and I'm really sad about this, Aaron did not win. The other guy did. Aaron, but I was proud of him. I was really proud of him. He came off the track. He threw his helmet down. I'm going, hey man, man, it was great. You did great. He goes, he bumped me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Man, he cheated. He bumped me. I had that race run. I said, dude, this is like, this guy's going to be the next president of organization. He goes, I don't care. He bumped me. I could not get him off of that the whole trip home. And for weeks after that, okay? And it was on that trip that he met Bill Blakesley. You guys know who Bill Blakesley is, I'm sure. The guy, yes, the late great Bill Blakesley, a friend of mine. I know him longer than I know Aaron, and God rest his soul. What a great guy. And he took Aaron on the next leg of floor covering installation. The next chapter, just when I was really starting to like this kid, really love him, the next chapter is called The Grain and the Grape, the Great New Year's Eve Incident. Okay? Oh yeah. So we had moved, Aaron and I installed carpet in this house in the village of Oak Creek. And I liked the house so much that I decided I want to try to make a move on it and buy it. We put all new carpet in it, and Aaron loved the house too. And of course, since I could never get him to move out of our house, of course he would love it. And we moved into this house, and it came New Year's Eve, and we all went down to PJ's. You guys know where PJ's is in the village? And we're down at PJ's having a good time. I think Nicole was there, Steph might have been there, I don't know. But Aaron is drinking beer. Hold on. He was drinking the grain, okay? You guys know about the grain and the grape, right? The rule? You don't drink a whole bunch of the grain and then drop a whole bunch of the grape on top of it. And somewhere about an hour before midnight, I don't know, was it Gnarly Head or Menage de Trois, whatever the hell he liked in that red wine, that cheap stuff, he switched. And I told him, hey, listen to me, dude. I never steer you in the wrong direction. Do not do this. Well, he didn't listen to me. And we did the 3, 2, 1 Happy New Year and stumbled back to our house that Aaron and I spent all that time putting that new carpet in. And Aaron decided he was ready to go to sleep, so he went to sleep right in the entranceway of the house. And the next morning, I shit you not, I got out of bed and Aaron is laying face down on that carpet with a whole gallon of red wine dispensed around his head. It looked like someone came in the house in the middle of the night and shot Aaron in the head, is what it looked like. I stopped liking him again. And he literally, he's face down, there is red string hanging off his face into my carpet. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he looked up at me and goes, he knew that I had just made an agreement to buy some engineered wood floor. We were going to change out the whole house, but we were about a month away from that, guys. He looks at me and goes, Well, we're getting rid of this anyway. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. I go, we're doing that in a month. What am I supposed to do with this red blotch of your insides all over the floor? He goes, don't worry about it, I got this. He gets up, he goes outside, goes to the truck, he gets the Carter 110 carpet knife. And he cut that whole thing off the floor. Pulled it all up. So we lived with concrete for about a month. In a month, the engineered hardwood showed up, and Aaron Burnett learned how to install engineered hardwood for free. About 900 foot of it, and he became really good. Which brings me to the, there's a band called The Killers, and they have a song lyric called "I Don't Shine If You Don't Shine," and I always write it when I write cards to my wife, who's right here. I always sign it with "I don't shine if you don't shine." And that makes me believe and think of Aaron Burnett. Because what you guys may not know is he always wanted to make everybody else happy. Okay, so some of the pictures that you've seen where I look a lot younger is Aaron and I and Billy at Habitat for Humanity right here in Cottonwood, where he gave 2 or 3 days of his life over for free, installing for Habitat for Humanity. That wasn't the first time he's ever, or last time he ever did that. Okay, one of Billy's favorite charities was the Battered Women's Shelter in Phoenix, which is a very secretive organization. They don't like to give out where they are. Aaron and I and Billy were on at least 3 of those projects. Okay, so I don't know if you know that about him, but he didn't shine if you didn't shine. He wanted everyone around him to feel his energy. It was very important. And I know I'm getting long-winded here, guys, but I'm not done. I'd like to talk to you about tattoos. Okay? Aaron had a lot of tattoos. I wouldn't have any tattoos if it wasn't for Aaron Burnett. Why in the life of me would you get flooring tools drawn on your freaking body? I have no idea to this day. Okay? I mean, seriously, guys, if you want to go out and get a tattoo, do not get a carpet knife and a kicker put on your body. And I asked him over and over again, what were you thinking? And he never actually answered me to years later. Okay? And years later, when I finally cornered him, I said, all right, and enough is enough. You got some great tattoos. Why in the hell am I looking at this stair tool? He said, when I look at my floor covering tattoos, Joe, he goes, it reminds me of where I've been. It reminds me of where I'm going. It reminds me of who it was that helped me get there. And that's true. So, I get a job with Congolium and go off traveling, teaching people how to do floor covering. Aaron helped close up my business on his own. He became a floor covering installer without having to work under anybody. And then I hooked up with Billy, and he became an installer that could do every aspect of floor covering. And if you guys have gone on to Burnett Floor Covering on Facebook, he can install carpet, he can install commercial carpet, high-end carpet, hand sews, staircases, ceramic tile, engineered wood, laminate. Matter of fact, he did my mother's house in Sun City, a beautiful laminate job. There was no product that this guy couldn't handle. So one of my last stories here, guys, is about 4.5 years ago, come up on Labor Day, Barbie and I will be married 5 years. And we got married right here around the corner over on 6th Street. And it was a big, we called it the backyard barefoot beer and barbecue party. We invited about 100 people, and about 80 showed up. And two people in particular, this 80-year-old couple in Farmington, New Mexico, were so excited about it, they drove right from Farmington and showed up about 2 hours early, which was kind of bad because I had to put them in the front row. So these 2 old people are outside. We're running around like crazy people. Barbie is trying to get her hair done. Some of our friends are working on her hair. I didn't realize they were working on the tequila bottle while they were working on her hair. And my brother-in-law and my cousins from Florida, they went to get the beer. The guys, I'm not going to say where it came from, but they accidentally sold our beer. It was Labor Day weekend, right? So I've got 80 people coming over and 2 kegs of beer on hold, and they're gone. All right, guys, so imagine I'm running around like a freaking lunatic. Everything that can go wrong does go wrong, except that the door opens. Oh, by the way, my daughter Katie was in the guest bathroom with one of her friends getting ready for the wedding, and somehow, some way, they broke the damn toilet seat in the only guest bathroom we have at the house. Needless to say, I needed a little bit of help at that moment, and at that moment, the front door opened, and in comes Bill Blakesley, who I haven't seen in a while, and he's like, "Hey man, you all right? You look." I'm like, "Man, it's good to see you." He goes, "Yeah, you need to calm down." He goes, "I got a surprise for you." I'm like, "Really?" Billy moves out of the way, and there he was, Aaron Burnett, just in from Hawaii. I hadn't seen him in a long time, man. I was really relieved to see him. I gave him a big hug. He goes, "Man, you okay? What's going on?" I said, "Man, I'm so glad you're here." He goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah." I said, "I need you to do me a favor." He's like, "What?" Go in the bathroom, unhook the toilet seat, and go and get me a new one. I shit you not. Aaron Burnett never flinched, never looked at me like I was an idiot, never questioned what I asked him to do. Here I was back, you know, being the boss to the helper or whatever, and it was probably pretty rude on my part, but I was so frazzled. And all he did was he went and did it. Grabbed that toilet seat, went out, went to Home Depot, got the new one, got it installed. I don't know how much of a conversation I had with him after that moment, that day. I don't know. But I'll never forget that. And so to this day, and I want to officially announce to you, right around the corner here, the Aaron Burnett Memorial Bathroom is now open. Members can use it for free. Non-members, it's $1 for number one, $2 for number two. All the proceeds will go to Aaron's family, although I doubt they'll want it. All right, so listen, I'm kind of done here. I mean, those are my memories. And I want to kind of move into the CFI version of what, and a couple other things, guys, that I wanted to mention. I'm a better reciter than I am a writer. And I'm one of those guys that kind of goes into song lyrics a lot. And I've already done that with I Don't Shine If You Don't Shine. I'm an old man. One of my favorite bands is Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd put out an album called Wish You Were Here. Okay? Which reminds me of Aaron, but the thing that really reminds me in that album is a song called Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Aaron Burnett was a professional floor covering installer. And at some point, I let loose of his arm, and he grabbed mine, and I started following him. He became better than I ever was, or ever will be. So the next part of this presentation, guys, is to tell you a little something about CFI. I printed this off our website just so you know. Certified Flooring Installers is a nonprofit trade association devoted to flooring installers. Since 1993, CFI has provided training and certification for the industries through inspection, installation, estimating, product knowledge, pattern and woven carpets, hardwood, ceramic, laminate, and resilient flooring training, all of which Aaron Burnett was proficient in, as good as you can get. The best in the Hawaiian Islands, bar none. CFI is recognized worldwide for training. Students from across the United States and many nations, including Japan, Brazil, Africa, China, Chile, Germany, Mexico, Canada, and Puerto Rico have participated in the CFI method of training. That's the real deal. It's the most important organization of floor covering that exists today. I'm going to ask Aaron's sisters to please come up here. They have somewhat of a presentation. Come on, Dad. Hey, first of all, this is a letter. Oh shoot. There it is. Hey guys. Wow. There's a whole bunch of you. How are you? This is a letter from CFI offices, okay, and I want to read this to you. Okay, first, let me say that it has always been an honor to be a small part of Aaron's life. Aaron Burnett was not only a great installer, a great trainer, and a dear friend to CFI, but Aaron also possessed a passion for the floor covering industry like no other. Aaron had certifications with CFI, the NFIC, the NWFA, and the WFCA, the World Floor Covering Association, to name a few. He was always looking for an opportunity to advance his education and excel at his craft. CFI has suffered a great loss. It is guys like Aaron that CFI has so desperately looked to for the future of this organization. And for myself and the entire CFI family, we will greatly miss Aaron's friendship, support, that quirky smile that always was on his face. Rest in peace, Aaron. You will be greatly missed. Robert Barden, Vice President of the CFI. Robert Barden was the guy that Aaron lost to in that race. One of the things that we take very seriously at CFI is the Master 2. The Master 2 is achieved by 2 days of grueling, hands-on carpet installation with no help from the certifiers. You have to take a written test, 100+ questions. You have to be able to show that you can do a multi-level project. You have to hand sew a flight of steps that's 4 steps high with a bird cage rounded step that gets bucket sewed. I know you guys don't know what that means, but trust me. All these things are things that Aaron possessed that I knew he could do. And one of the things that he always wanted, that he strived for, was to be a Master 2. Well, unfortunately, Aaron would not have a chance to achieve that. We have done something that we have never in the 24 years of our organization have done. We have awarded Aaron Burnett an honorary Master 2. At our convention that we hold annually, guys, the Master 2s are announced, and some years there's only one. It's a very hard thing to get. This year in Orlando, I will have the privilege of setting in the rank and file. Ladies and gentlemen, your new Master 2. Aaron Burnett. Take a picture with that. I gotta have some pictures to go to the website. He would be very happy. Trust me, it's a big honor. Okay, thank you guys. We can get more copies of those if you need them. Okay. All right. Let's hear it for Aaron Burnett as Master 2 at CFI. Well, guys, I hope you don't think that was totally long-winded. I'm glad you all stuck with me.
That was
I know.
awesome, dude.
Wait, let's review. Okay, before I go, you guys, we're here to celebrate, not to cry in our beer. Okay, and in celebrating, hey, let's not drink. If you're going to drink and celebrate, make sure you get a ride home. Okay, designated driver, someone to ride you home. Leave your car here. Let's not get in an accident coming home from a tribute to a guy that got in an accident. Right? It would be bad form. Okay. Now, when you make it home, you might get a little nauseous on the way home. Do not, under any circumstances, throw up on your rug when you get home. If you have the common decency to get up and go to the bathroom, when you're in the bathroom, do not, under any circumstances, break the toilet bowl or the toilet seat, okay? Now, after you throw up, guys, you're probably going to be feeling a little better, and you're probably going to be thinking, you know what? I'm going to go out and get an Aaron tattoo. Don't do that, because how many of you guys do tattoos in the room? All right, you guys don't want to tattoo drunk people, right? Because they bleed like a sieve, right? Okay, so hold off on that. But when you decide to get that tattoo, okay, do not, under any circumstances, get a floor covering tool. Because that's mine. Okay? Now, whatever you do, when you look at it, when you think about Aaron, remember what you're thinking about. Where you're going, where you were, where you're going, and who it was that helped you get there. Thanks for listening, guys.